not long ago, I reposted that choreography, and every time that I make a post, no matter how many times I have done it before, I tag them because I need to recognize their work. I'm enjoying my coffee today, this morning, because we're gonna talk about a very controversial topic. So grab your cup of coffee, a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get started. So today we're gonna talk about why we feel like we need to do what others are doing. Like if we weren't capable of creating our own thing. So let me tell you something. This topic, I'm not pretending to judge anyone. I'm not pretending to be the one that is going to tell you what to do or not, or what not to do. The purpose of this episode is to help you find your own creations and help you find you why things are not working out for you, right? Because that happened to me before. So let's get into it. Are you a copycat? How do you know if you're a copycat? So hello dancers, welcome back. This is Sol Calderon, and today we're gonna talk about copycats. What is a copycat? Well, it's a person that is reproducing what others are doing. They are taking their work without their authorization or permission to use it, and they are showing it as if it was her or his creation. What does it mean? Well, it means that sometimes you see something that you like on social media, you take it, you reproduce it, and you present it as your own creation. So we always can do that. I feel like I admire a lot of dancers, and if we feel admiration for someone else, for their work, so you just always take it and repost it and tag them. So that's a big difference. So you're not being a copycat if you are admiring others' work. You take it and probably you are going to modify it or you're going to use it. For example, let's say that you like the choreography that created someone else. So you take the choreography, probably you adapt it to your own style, but you still can tell that that's someone else's work. So you use it and you tag that person and you thank them because thanks to them, you created your own thing based on their work, right? So you tag them and you say, hey, thank you so much because I really appreciate your work, your creation inspired me to create this. So from your work, I created this. That's a very nice way to do it. On the other hand, if you just take the work that someone else did and use it by pretending that you created it, then you're being a copycat, right? So let me tell you a story. Not long ago, last year, so it's been less than a year, almost a year, that we were celebrating the International Dance Day. So I wanted to do something and contribute to the dance community, but I noticed that we all always, including myself, post videos of ourselves dancing, but we are not offering something for the audience. So I was like wondering, what can I do to contribute to the dance community? So I was walking at the lake. I remember that I used to live back in Georgia. I used to go for a walk every morning with my dog, and I was, I'm gonna do a very quick live. So I did this live, and I threw this question: why do you dance? So this was an invitation for the dance community to do some inner work and think why, your big whys. Because when you know why you're dancing, Every time that you are feeling down, that you're feeling depressed, that you're feeling that you want to quit, you're going back to your whys, and that's a big reason why you're dancing, right? So I wanted to do something like that, very casual, and I did it. I didn't do any dance that day because I wanted to do something different. I was like an experiment, let's put it that way. And a couple of days later, I saw these posts. One was a video, one was a post from different people, and they were doing this topic, why do you dance? And I was, this is interesting. They didn't say, hey, for example, hey, Sol Calderon threw this question, and I would like to go deep into it. And you know, that would have been a very nice collaboration, or a very nice way to recognize my creativity, and because I'm creating content. Even if it's so simple, even if it's just, it took me 5 minutes, it doesn't matter, it's my creation. And I want to invite you to do that, because from now on, I want to do the same for others. Well, I've been doing it already. For example, one of the teachers that collaborated with me to create an online class, Rita Carolina Puente, from Venezuela, she did this choreography, and she teaches for me this choreography, right? So not long ago, I reposted that choreography, and every time that I make a post, no matter how many times I have done it before, I tag them, because I need to recognize their work. It doesn't matter if they feel like, oh, not again, Sol is doing it again, Sol is tagging me again. It doesn't matter if they repost it, or they take the post and share it. It doesn't matter if they do it or not. It's my duty and obligation to recognize their work. Okay, so I do that with the teachers that have collaborated with me. I do that if I take a step from someone else. I tag them and I thank them because of their work. So I think it's very important to do this in the dance community, because there are a lot of copycats, and I hope you don't take it in the wrong way. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here to support the creators. If you are creating something, you deserve to be recognized by that work, the work you have done. Because sometimes it can take hours, days, weeks, months, or years to create something, right? Like Elizabeth Medina, she created this 12-class course. By the way, it's available for you, it's for free on YouTube. It's amazing, amazing. So she teaches you how to do belly dance with mudras, and she explains clearly how to do all these beautiful movements to incorporate into your dance style. And every time that I share a post about that, I tag her as well, because no matter if she did it 2-3 years back, she is still her work, because she created all these dance style. In the Oriental style is the name, and she fusioned these mudras with belly dance movements, Indian touches, and all this stuff. And it's a lot of work. It's been years of work for her to create her own dance style. So it doesn't matter if it's just one move, if it's a topic, if it's whatever. We need to recognize, we need to tag the creator of that. I think that's a big, big thing that we need to learn. It doesn't matter if it's someone that you know, someone that you don't know, it doesn't matter. You need to recognize their creation and give them credits for that. So why do people copy what someone else is doing? Probably because it's working for them. Probably because they think they are not capable of making their own creations, because they think it's easier to take someone else's work. And let me tell you something. If you see a post, a video, a choreography, or whatever that is working for their creator, its creator, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Why? Because that person that creates something put their experience, their work, their skills, their feelings in that project, in that creation. And when a copycat takes it and it doesn't recognize the creator, what you're doing is that you're pretending that you created that, but it's not yours. And you cannot lie yourself. You cannot lie to yourself, and you cannot lie to the creator. So they will know. When you post something that is not yours, they will know immediately. So that's why it's very important to be honest, because you are building, or you're destroying the reputation with yourself. So when you're trying to lie to yourself, you're destroying your self-reputation. And that's a big deal. So when you're working on finding your own style, it's hard. Believe me, it's hard. I'm here in front of the camera, speaking in my second language, trying to contribute to the dance community in my own way. And this is hard. This is freaking hard. It's scary to put yourself out there, open to the criticism, open to receive judgments, comments, and everything. But when you do that, you are going towards finding your own style, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Probably you're gonna try so many times. I have tried so many times, and sometimes it doesn't work for me. And it doesn't mean that I'm failing. It means that I should keep trying until I find my own way to create what I want to create. So there are so many podcasts out there that talk about dance. Some of them are focused on technique, on in a very specific dance style, and I'm talking more about the unspoken topics that barely are talked out there. So I wanna grab all the hard things and try to help you by talking about my mistakes, so you don't have to go through that, so you can save time, money, energy, and headaches based on my mistakes, right? So if I see another podcast that is talking about this, it's not going to be their creation, because even with this awful English accent, I'm creating this content for you, right? So look at this. So I have a lot of work that I've been writing down, and sometimes I don't like it, so I deleted it and I start over. Same happens when someone that is creating a choreography. So probably you see 3 minutes on the screen, but it took them months to create that choreography. That's why it's very important to recognize the work of someone else and always thank them, and say, hey, thank you, I really appreciate the time that you took to do this, and I'm taking part of your work, and I'm adapting that to create my own thing, but I want to recognize you, because thanks to you, I felt inspired to create this. Okay, that's a big one. If you do that, the creator of that choreography, that video, that concept, or whatever, is going to say, hey, this person is nice, this person is amazing. So you're gonna start making more relationships, because your reputation is first, right? So that's a big one. So I know it's hard, because when you are trying to find your own concepts, your own creations, you are experimenting, you're creating and finding yourself through your purpose, and you're gonna find out things that don't work for you, and then it's like a river, not this way, this way, not this way, this way. So you're always trying to find your way, and it's gonna take a long time, but that's the way you do it. So how to avoid being a copycat? So you follow the creations, you show appreciation for their work, and you always mention that it's not yours, that is their creation. Find what works for you, and what works for them doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, as I mentioned before. Why? Because they put all their personal experiences, their soul, their thoughts, everything they put together to create that, right? You cannot lie to yourself. If you're taking something that is not yours, you cannot lie to yourself. You know you're being a copycat. So whatever you do, it has to come from inside you to be authentic. It has to come from your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and your own experiences. So then you're gonna feel it 100% yours, right? So how do you do that? Let's say that you want to create a choreography and you're out of ideas, you feel like your brain is drained, you don't know how to start. Well, you can get inspiration from someone else's works, people that you really, truly admire, the top dancers, or it doesn't matter if they are not top dancers, as long as you admire their work. So you start bringing together ideas, and probably you're gonna take some steps from their choreographies, and then you start changing that steps according to your own anatomy, your own feelings, your own inspiration, your own dance style, and then you're gonna start fusioning all that until you create your transitions. Little by little, you start building up your own choreography. And then, when you put together everything, you're gonna upload your videos. Don't forget to tag them and say, hey, thank you because you inspired me to create this. That's gonna be wonderful. They are gonna feel so good about it, right? On the other hand, if you wanna create something like more, not a choreography, it's something like a concept, a class, a mastermind or something, sit down, grab a cup of coffee, like me, or a cup of tea, and feel cozy, nice, grab your cat or your dog, and start brainstorming, writing down ideas. At the beginning, they are not gonna be good, but you just keep doing it. What do I love about dancing? Why am I doing this? Your big whys, your purpose. That's the big key to create something. And then you need to think, what do I need to do in order to create this in 1 year, in 2 years? Remember that big things don't happen overnight. So then you're gonna do reverse engineering. So what step can I take today in order to get there? So you already have your timeline. So in this period of time, I'm going to create this. And in order to get here, I need to go backwards, and I need to start from little by little, building up from step 1, step 2, step 3. And then remember that when you brainstorm, it's not a one-time thing. You need to go back to it, to your writing, and see if something changed, if something doesn't align with your purpose, with your beliefs, with what you want in life. All that has to be aligned, right? When I'm talking about align, I'm talking about what you feel has to be aligned with what you think, with what you do, and then with what you say, right? So I hope you find this information useful. As always, I want to thank you for being here with me, and hope to see you in the next episode.